Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Inside Guns with your host, me, the Yankee Marshal. Today, I want to start off by bringing everybody some pretty good news. I don't know about the rest of you, but I could definitely use some good news after the weekend I've had. So I want to let everyone know that there is some great news coming out of all places, the state of Illinois, or Illinois, as some people like to say. It seems the Supreme Court in Illinois has taken up a case from Cook County where Cook County had placed a tax on handguns or firearms. They said this tax was to offset the cost of gun violence in our state and blah, blah, blah. Because, they got Chicago, a place that has really strict gun laws, but one of the most dangerous places in the world to live. So they had to make this tax to offset this cost of this violence that's running amok in the state. So Cook County had this law where they passed, I think it was a $25 tax on every handgun sold. There was some other tax on ammo, etc. I don't really know the amounts of the taxes, but I know the Supreme Court today, the Illinois Supreme Court, not today, but last week, said that's unconstitutional. That's basically a tax on people's right to exercise their Second Amendment right. You're placing a burden on them. You're placing an obstacle on them exercising their right. So therefore, it is unconstitutional. Now, a lot of you might be saying, well, this is kind of a big deal if you live in Illinois, especially if you live in Cook County, but why is it a big deal everywhere else? Well, this is a big court in a big state. This isn't like, some little rinky-dink court where Judge Uncle Daddy in Cousin Fuck, Mississippi, says something from the bench. This is actually a big court that sets precedent. Also, you got to remember, when you're talking about Cook County in Illinois, and Illinois is a big place, and Chicago's a big city, and blah, blah, blah. When you're talking about Cook County, it's kind of like how it is with Oregon. If you live in Oregon, there's about a 50-50 chance that you live in Multnomah County. So Multnomah County pretty much sets the law for all the rest of the state and sets the precedent for the state. Same thing in Illinois with Cook County. So when they struck this down, they actually struck down a law that was probably affecting about half of people in Illinois. And that's a big number of people. You got to remember, Cook County is our second most populous county in the country next to LA County in California. So we're talking about a big place. And like I said, this is a court that sets precedent. And this is something that's going to be hard for the Supreme Court to ignore if this is challenged. So this could be another case heading to the Supreme Court to say you can't place things like taxes and all these other things on guns. And this, one of the reasons I think this is such great news is it overturned one of those stupid ass laws in Illinois, but it also says, hey, the reason this law is unconstitutional is because it's a burden on people exercising their Second Amendment rights. That could start applying to a lot of things. Anything that prevents a law-abiding citizen from going in and buying a gun can be a problem. How long will it be till people are able to sue NICS for, a denial? Or a delay, or sue their state government for having a system like we have here in Oregon that takes 10 days to get a response, or in Washington, I mean. How long will it be till we start suing on that ground saying, hey, it's putting an infringement on our rights. It's an obstacle on us being able to exercise our Second Amendment rights. Another thing the court made sure to say about this decision was that the people who passed the law said that this law was so that the cash from this could offset the cost of gun violence in the community. Because you remember, it's Chicago. They got really strict gun laws, but it's one of the most unsafe places you can possibly live. So a lot of problems in Chicago. But the court said, you said this when you passed the law, but you're not doing it. This money's not going towards anything that would prevent gun violence. Where's it going? Probably just into the pockets of politicians and into the lobbyists and into their private, pet projects. Just kind of like, every place that's gotten the lottery, they're like, we're going to have the lottery and schools are never going to be without again. We'll have the most funded school system in the world. And then we get the lottery and then 5 years later, we're like, schools ain't got no money. But there's like $1 billion lottery jackpot on the line right now. So I'm like, where's all this lottery money going? Politicians don't put this money towards what they say they're going to. And the court made a point to point this out. So I just wanted to kind of bring it up to everybody to let them know that we're having court victory after court victory out there. We're waiting for a court victory from the Supreme Court in December. Well, they're going to hear the case in December. and we'll probably have a ruling early next year. But really important case going to the Supreme Court in December, and with these other precedences being set by state Supreme Courts lately, the one I told you about the other day, this one, we might be seeing some stuff being set up to go to the Supreme Court again, because it seems like we're winning victory after victory. And these are not in conservative states. These are in states where they just go like, well, by the law and by the Second Amendment and the Constitution, these laws just can't stand, whether we would like them to or not. So this is awesome. These are big victories. These aren't just, like I said, little victories that don't mean anything. These are big victories that can set precedent and can very quickly go to the Supreme Court, because one step away, go to their circuit court, then to the Supreme Court. So very, very important victories. Just wanted to point this one out to everyone. This one dealt with taxes on firearms on its face. But if you read the ruling the way they put it forward, it really states that you're just not allowed to put infringements on people purchasing firearms and owning firearms and exercising their Second Amendment. I think that ruling has the potential to go very far as precedent is concerned. And I have a feeling you're going to see a lot of cases against anti-gun laws in the near future using this case as an example, where the Supreme Court said that, yes, these infringements are unconstitutional. So just wanted to bring you that little bit of good news today, because like I said, I think we could all use some good Pro 2A gun news. All right, everybody, with that being said, I want to move along here, because last show I showed everybody my new Nightwing grips from Lock Grips. I had sent them a picture, a mock-up, and they sent me back these grips, and I'm just like, they're awesome, and I showed them to everybody. Well, a lot of people commented in the comment section and sent me emails saying, why did you show us the grips without showing us them on the gun? So today I'm going to go ahead and put them on the gun, and I'm going to do it on camera here so that you can see how good these lock grips look once they're actually on my Beretta 92 Elite LTT. All right, now the first thing I'm going to have to do is take the old grips off of my Beretta 92 Elite LTT here from Langdon Tactical. Now these are the lock grips that they made me for my last car. That had the Deadpool theme. Now these are freaking awesome as well. Only thing I would say I like better about the new ones than these, on these ones they actually textured the design right here, which is actually pretty cool, and it makes it look like, wow, that must have been hard to do. But I like the way they kind of like plotted around the design on the new one, so it kind of stood up raised and was flat. I think this might have looked cool like that too, but not like they don't look cool the way they are. But let's go ahead and take these grips off. All right, now as usual, I want to clean under the old grips because, goop builds up. You don't want to leave stuff under there any longer than necessary. So give that a good wipe down. And if there's any places where the finish is broken, I would make sure to oil it good, but the finish is good all through this, and it's aluminum. Let's put the other grip on. Get our screws. Let's make sure to put our little rubber grommets on our screws. Now, sometimes with G10 I use these, sometimes I don't, depending on how well the screws sit flush. With wood, I always use them so you don't tighten down too much and crack the wood. I've never had that problem with G10, so I don't really know if they're necessary with G10, but I put them on there anyway if they fit. All right, now same thing on the other side. Now, one thing I will have to check once I get these on here is to make sure that the mag release still works with them on there. I've sometimes had to shave grips down. It looks like it's got plenty of room in there, but still, after you change grips, make sure, especially if you have this extended mag release right here, this is the one you would have the problem with, make sure that actually still works with the new grips. So I hit the microphone there. Yep, works fine. All right, everybody, there we have it. My new Nightwing grips on my, not new Beretta 92 Elite LTT that I love to carry. You can really breathe some new life into an old gun with some new grips sometimes. And these lock grips here, they are awesome. They look better than I thought that they would, or thought that they should even. These are awesome. Like I said, they nailed it. And not only does my gun look really good now, but I'm not committing that fashion faux pas of my gun not matching my car. All right, before we go here real quickly, I want to do a little retraction. I did a video over the weekend, and last week actually I reposted it over the weekend, that stated that Sig was making the new pistol, the new P365 XL Spectre, and that it had a metal frame. Well, I thought that because someone told me that it had a metal frame, and when I went and looked on the website, it says frame stainless steel, and I'm like, well, it might be aluminum, but I don't think it's stainless steel. And I asked a lot of people, hey, I don't seem to know what I'm talking about here. Would you try to clarify this for me? And they did. People have clarified it for me now. It seems when Sig says stainless steel frame, they're meaning the firing control unit is stainless steel. That's not a frame. I mean, a firing control unit does have a frame, but it's not the frame of the gun. It is the receiver of the gun. So I think it's kind of odd that Sig is doing it that way. It seems to me like this is almost deceptive advertising. I don't like this. If it fooled me, well, it doesn't mean anything. I'm easily fooled. But, I mean, it just seems like it's something that could deceive a lot of people if they order it thinking that, oh, the frame of this gun is metal, just like the AXG. That's why this gun is new and special. When it's not, it's just a polymer frame. The stainless steel they're referring to is, like I said, the firing control unit. I don't like the fact that they're doing it that way. I don't mind that I was wrong. I just make a retraction. In fact, on that video, I put on a disclaimer there saying, you know, this video is full of some whack bullshit because the person presenting this video doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about. So I don't have a problem admitting I was wrong there, but I still do have a problem with the way Sig is doing their website. They should say, you know, stainless steel FCU, that's fine. But frame, that is not the frame of a gun. You don't get to redefine what frame of a gun is. On a polymer gun, the frame is the dust cover, the grip, the trigger guard. That's the frame of the gun. The guts is not the frame, no matter even if you stick them all together so that you can easily take them out. They're still not the frame. So Sig, get your act together. Or as I said in the chat the other night, shit's got to get their Sig together. So Sig, get your shit together. Put your website together in a way that isn't quite so deceptive. Because this took a little while for us to figure out together. So if it can fool some of us, it can fool anybody. And like I said, I don't like when companies are just a little off in their advertising to where it can make you think one thing and when another thing is true. So I just wanted to say I was absolutely wrong. I take full credit for that. But I also want to say I don't like the way Sig is doing their website because to me it seems like a little bit of deceptive marketing. All right, one last thing before we go. I want to remind everyone that we are doing the Veterans Day giveaway. We're giving away an AR rifle that is put together and donated by Storm & Norman Gunworks. If you want to nominate a veteran to win this rifle on Veterans Day, say you know a veteran that just has gone the extra mile for someone, they're really involved in their community, they were just an exemplary soldier, whatever, and you think they deserve an extra thank you, go over to tymppistolproject.com, use the Nominate a Veteran section to nominate a veteran to win this rifle. Now, there is some change now. He decided that 375 Raptor was just too rare and wasn't going to be good for much of anything. So he is now making the gun in 5.56 and also giving a 22 conversion for it. So it will be 5.56 with a 22 caliber conversion. So if you know a veteran, like I said, that you think deserves to win this rifle on Veterans Day, just go over on the tymppistolproject.com, nominate a veteran, and then wait till Veterans Day and see if they win. All right, everybody, that's our show for today. I just want to sign off today a little different. Instead of saying what I normally say, I just want to say goodbye, Mavis. I miss you still today. It isn't any easier today than it was yesterday. I thought it would be, but it isn't. And I wish I could believe in things like the Rainbow Bridge so that I could think I could see you again, but I can't. So I just want to say goodbye.